I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. I did it right that time, guys. That's yay. All right, so you can get us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, Deezer, Roku, Vimeo. I've been taking some brain pills. I think I got this really good. I feel intelligent. Anyway, so I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and stay tuned. We got a great show for you. All right, so I am ready to do this show. You guys like my new reel? I am picking. Hey, 35,000 new subscribers on Vimeo and Roku. Thank you. Thank you. All right, but I do have one favor to ask. My YouTube channel, guys, is still pitiful. Can you please subscribe? All right, anyway, so thank you so much. And I have a wonderful guest for you today. Please tell everybody who you are and what you do, please.
Hi, I am Jackie Bertolette, and I am the founder and editor of Hot Ohio Magazine, which is Ohio's only quarterly high fashion magazine. Yes, we focus on couture and Midwest talent. And I'm also the founder and executive producer of Ohio Fashion Week. I manage models under Discover Model Scouting and Management, DMSM. I'm a commercial editorial photographer, and I am a fashion designer under the label RJ Luna.
You go, girl. What? You go, girl. You manage Target?
Yeah, I know.
Be a high fashion girl. It's like, not happening, okay? Not that I don't want to be, maybe, but this body just loves Target t-shirts.
So you can have cool t-shirts too, though, you know.
Yeah, see, that's cool. So managing, how did you get into this? How did you get involved?
Well, it actually started when I was just out of high school, heading into college. I was moved to this the city where I was going to start my college, and as being able to get through college, I started modeling. That was many years ago. I did that for a short while, and then discovered that I really enjoyed the production of it, but I did not enjoy being in front of the camera. So I ended up going to college to get a degree in commercial photography. So I've done that for many years. And then initially I started out in rock and roll. We had a very active live scene here in where I'm from, in Northeast Ohio. And I would wear the clothes that I was making because I had learned to sew when I was young to shows, and people were starting to recognize them, and front men were saying, "Oh, can you make that for me?" And so quite unexpectedly, I became a fashion designer. But yeah, so along the way, I have done graphic design, I have done creative writing, I have done creative direction, executive production. So I've pretty much done every aspect of editorial fashion in print and in production, except for hair and makeup, which is a talent that I am so excited for people to have because I can't do it.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't combed my hair in days. Anyway, so
quarantine thing.
Yeah, no, well, you know, black hair, you don't comb your hair every day anyway. It's, you know, it's so cool to see that you have just taken on entrepreneurship. It was really actually tossed at you. It wasn't something that you took on. It was more like, hey, I like that. Can you make that for me? And gosh, that is so cool. So now that you know, let me ask you a question, because these are the things that go through my mind because I'm uniquely different. People say, oh, there's no way you can be a model. You're too fat. There's no way you can be a model. You're too short. There's no way you can be a model. You just don't look like a model. You have vitiligo, you have acne, you have this, you have that. Are those just things that people say to keep you from pursuing your dreams, or is that a reality in the modeling industry that you can't be a model if you're not 6 feet tall as a woman, or you know what I'm saying?
Yes. I think that it's almost, it's so ingrained that you have to be, 6 foot tall and size 0. But the truth is that that's only the super high fashion runways, like the very high end couture designers. There is room for everybody in modeling. And in the Midwest, we experience and seek out 100% inclusivity. We're looking for uniqueness. We're looking for petite. We're looking for plus. We're looking for mature. We're looking for disabled and challenged, so we want to celebrate the diversity and the differences as opposed to make limitations on them. Yeah. So I think that in some ways that is true, that if you're not 6 foot, you're not going to be a model. But in other ways, if you really want to do it, there are avenues to pursue it.
I like that. I like that because, there's so many different body types out there, and there's body shaming and people putting people down for being too heavy, too short, too skinny, too this, too that. I mean, really, you're born into this. How can you have any control over the way you really, truly, your genes, your genetic makeup? I think that representing everyone in every aspect of whatever shape and size they may be, problems they may have, is a positive thing for people. And I think I love that about you. I love that about you. Do you actually run your business from a business kind of like a brick and mortar, or do you run from home?
No, I actually, for, many, many years, I held a day job. I worked in the corporate world, but I was an artist in the art departments, but when I had my third child, he was very, very ill during infancy. And so I had to resign and come home to care for him. Since then, I have become his homeschool coach teacher. So that's my first priority. But I am not the type to sit around. I can't have idle hands. And so from my kitchen table, I teach him and I run all my businesses.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. So, I mean, how did that affect you? How did you learn how to juggle all of that? Because there's a lot of parents out there that they have children that are special needs, or they get sick or something happens, even in a regular day-to-day where you have to leave your job to come home, your kids are sick. How do you deal with that? Is there like a certain method to the madness?
I think first you have to absolutely be flexible and understand there's going to be crazy times. There's going to be high stress times, and there's going to be times that you can enjoy. And to really enjoy those times. That's my biggest advice. When those times come that you can celebrate together, maybe it was an A on a test, or they've done something incredible that you've been able to be a part of, then you want to celebrate that together and enjoy those moments. The other thing that I do is I include my son, in fact, all of my children, in my businesses. So they learn how to handle all of the behind the scenes. They learn how to communicate with models and designers, and through that they have connections like I do all over the world. So it's pretty cool, it's like the coolest of both worlds. So.
Definitely. I mean, not every child follows the footsteps of their parents, but business, being a generalization of it all, and learning business is very important. I've taught both of my children, and I definitely agree with what you've done, teaching them how to do things, how to relate to people, and communication is key.
And stay positive. That's the hard part. When things get challenging, and they do, or when you come across, personalities that conflict with you, these are things that they need to be able to not just be told how to do, but actually witness how to bring resolution to those things. So it's really, education is, for him at least, is 24 hours a day with us. So.
Okay. And so going back to fashion, because I am not a fashion guru, but you are. So I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions.
Okay.
So do they have like an Ohio Fashion Week? Because I know they have like fashion weeks all over the place, Do they have one? And if they do, tell me about it.
So I run it, I produce it, I'm a founder of it. So
Come
if
to
there is an
Ohio.
Ohio Fashion Week, it's my
I'm
business.
cute. I'm cute.
Yes, perfect you. So actually what Ohio Fashion Week is, it sort of started based out of the magazine, which is really the crux of where everything kind of fingers out of the magazine, which is our main business. Ohio Fashion Week started as a single launch party for the magazine.
Wow.
I had never done production in that sense. I'd been in the shows, but I'd never produced the shows. So it was fraught with drama. It was not the best show in the world, but it was only supposed to be a launch party.
Right.
But people were so enamored of the production because we don't have anything couture in our area. Everything is retail and mall shows. So people were very interested in becoming an annual thing, and it has just grown into this. But if it's part of my businesses, then it has to be inclusive, and it has to be promoting positive self-image and self-confidence. So I'm really, I really focus a lot on everybody treating each other in uplifting ways. So.
That's you know what? Congratulations, and I commend you on that, because we have these young girls and young men in schools thinking that they have to look like the models that's in the magazines when they've been touched up with Photoshop so much that they don't even look like themselves when you look at it. So being, body positive, being understanding of the differences of people, that I commend you for. Thank you so much for doing that.
You.
And
it's
thank you so much.
That we celebrate the beauty in everybody and not denigrate it. Who am I to tell you you're not beautiful? Or, that's just not the way that things are going to go. At least in my productions and my businesses, you must be happy for each other when success comes. You must network and uplift each other. You must be positive.
Wonderful.
I don't have time for people who are holding other people back. So.
Hey, I hear that. I hear that. So tell me about the magazine.
Yes. So, right. So the magazine is sort of my baby. Back when I was in college, my goal was to work at a magazine like Vogue as an art director. But little did I know then that I was going to own that magazine. I would have never known that. So it starts as a labor of love because photography, editorial fashion is my passion. I love editorial fashion, avant-garde, bizarre, just unusual non-catalog commercial stuff. I love pushing the envelope, strange styling, unusual hair, makeup, I just love all that. So that's pretty much how it started. And of course I have a background in graphics, so I do all the graphics and layouts. And then I have other people who submit columns to me. So we have experts in different fields, from hair and makeup to photography to people who just have something to say about inner positivity. And so our magazine comes out quarterly and it's online. You can order it for download and or for print and ship directly to your door. And you can get subscriptions or you can order it one off at a time. So.
That is amazing. What is the name of the magazine?
It's called Haute Ohio, like Haute Couture, and it's spelled Haute, Ohio.
Nice, nice. Where else can people reach you to contact you? Because, they might have a daughter that's really pretty that wants to be a model who's 5'4".
Yes.
Not to be too specific.
No. Well, I manage several models who are 5'4", and I can tell you that when I sign anybody, I'm much more involved with my own models that I manage as opposed to models that just come and do a show for me or something.
Right.
But whenever I sign someone, I'm right up front about it. You're petite. Chances are you're not going to make it. It's going to be a huge challenge for you, but that doesn't mean you won't make it.
Right.
And I can tell you that my first 5'4" model is now an Instagram influencer.
Wow.
And she's signed all over the world. So, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Wow.
It really doesn't matter. So I would say, give me an email at I Love Couture hotohio.com.
We're going to have
You
to
can get all that. Yeah, well, you can get it through the website.
Yes, we will definitely do that. And we will definitely have that. If you've been looking at the video and you've been watching this interview with this wonderful, wonderful person, this lady that is a body positive manager for, and you know, the Ohio Couture. I mean, she's done a lot of stuff. Okay, so Miss Jackie is right here in the corner. That's all of her information. It's been flashing throughout the entire interview. And if you haven't noticed it, maybe you'll notice it now. And we will also have all of her information in the description box below this interview, so that way you guys can go ahead and click on it and go straight to the magazine, straight to wherever you need to go. And if you're interested in being a model, I mean, she's going to let you know if it's possible or not. And again, you know, let me ask you a question. It's maybe a twofold question. People who want to be in the business that you're in, or people who want to be a model, and they've been told, oh, you know, this or that or the other, like we talked about. What kind of advice do you have for these people?
Well, I would say that you need to be realistic about, you know, the industry you're trying to get into. It is cutthroat. It is negative. And so you have to have a strong self-worth, because you're going to get trampled on. So that's the first most important thing. Beyond that, I would say you need to have dedication, and you need to have passion for it. It doesn't matter what you look like, especially in the Midwest. We have a much more relaxed, you know, norm of beauty here. So, you know, we accept models who just kind of have a dream of trying it, you know. I mean, we had a model at our last show who was having, she actually was on her last chemo, and that's all she wanted to do before she, you know, passed, is she wanted to walk in a show. And so giving opportunity to people who have dreams, people who maybe want to dabble in it and really make it a career, but are afraid to try it or can't afford it. This is a way to get them started, get their feet wet, and see if it's something they really want to. So you don't have to be experienced at all to work with us, but you can be all the way up to fully experienced, and we expect the experienced to sort of take on the newbies to show them the ropes and explain, and so we all network and work together.
That's nice. That's really good. That's really. Do you work with people all over the country, all over the world, or just in your area?
All over the world.
Awesome. Awesome. Wow. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. It's been such a wonderful interview, and having you here and giving the positive, you know, back to the people who really thought that their dreams were crushed. You know, I'm too short. Wow, you're so short, Mom. I mean, literally, they were like, you couldn't have been taller, Dad. I mean, seriously, you know, so it's like,
yeah.
So, but seriously, I mean, there is a shot. It may not be, like you said, couture, but it may be other things and other runways and other places and whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen so many different models out there that are heavy models. Was it plus size models? So I mean, it's a place for everyone. There's a place for everyone. It's
absolutely. I mean, challenged LGBTQ. It doesn't matter. You can walk our runways, and you can be featured in our print magazine. You just have to, you know, submit to us and show us who you are and what you get.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much again for being on the show. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been such a wonderful, wonderful time. Don't forget to click on her link so that you can go and see the magazine and see what she does. And if you, I mean, you know, contact the woman, I'm sure she'll like take a look at your stuff. You know, I always say this, and I hope I'm right in saying this. When you're submitting something to someone and they put you down, it's not because you're not good looking or you may not be ready at that moment. They may see something that you have to develop. You go ahead and take the advice and take it in good strides, because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. If I held a grudge against someone who was telling me, hey, Yaya, you know, you really need to get better at this. And I've had people tell me that, to the point where now I'm at where I'm at. Just take it in stride, take it and run with it. And I tell you, and I guarantee you, it will work. You just have to work hard at it. Thank you, Jackie, so much. You're an amazing person. And thank you so much. And thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget to dare to be different. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, this is Yaya Diamond of Dream Chasers Radio, and I want to thank you for tuning into this episode. You know, you guys are amazing. Please join us on Vimeo and Roku at Yaya Diamond TV. Again, that's Yaya Diamond TV. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can go ahead and sign up for our newsletter. And then, did you know that we now have a magazine out called Diamond Magazine? I'm excited. Oh, yes. Diamond Magazine. Diamond Magazine focuses on you. And I'm just excited to be a part of your journey. And hey, don't ever forget, dare to be different.
I dare to be different. I dare.